Heyo, everybody! We are
What's up?
finally back live for the first time.
Reunited and it feels so good.
What's up,
Felt
guys?
like an eternity.
I'm telling you, it was a much needed break for I think everyone coming into the holidays. But I'm feeling refreshed and excited to be back.
I forgot how to do this. I'm gonna be lost this entire podcast, just so you know. And it sucks because I'm the one that has to run it too. But I have no memory of what I'm doing
let's
here.
be honest. It's on. People know what to expect when they come to this podcast.
Shenanigans aplenty.
We have a reputation to uphold, so
We have a reputation to. What's the opposite of unhold? To
uphold, yeah.
uphold.
To hold down. I don't know.
Yeah.
To let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To continually
Down
disappoint.
hold. I don't know.
Yeah, to continually disappoint. There you go.
To let down. That's what it was. To let down.
To
yes,
let
we have a
down.
reputation
There
to
you
let
go.
down. Yeah, that's the word.
There you go.
That's right.
Again, yeah, it
perfect.
just take everything's taking a little bit longer. As we're 10 minutes past our start time, so apologies to anybody, but we're here,
It is what
rolling
it
in
is.
sideways.
We're here. How was everyone's break? Anything fun? Anything exciting? Nothing crazy?
What'd you get for
I'm not gonna go
Christmas?
first. Yeah. Santa good to you?
Yeah, was Santa good to you? Exactly.
Yeah, all right, all right. Got
Santa-
some golf stuff, so that's never a bad time.
Nice.
Got some
Did
golf
ya?
cleats.
What'd you
and-
get?
Yeah,
Oh, some
got some,
cleats.
yeah,
Oh, I need
got some new
cleats.
cleats and some new shoes, stuff like that.
Do they-
Not too bad.
They're not like cleats though anymore, right? It's like all just those plastic things, right?
The round discs.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
you
there's-
can't really
I mean,
call them
there's-
cleats.
I mean, I don't know. They got things that dig into the dirt. I'll call them
Fair.
golf shoes, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah.
Well,
I
Andy
usually
knows
call
that I desperately need cleats. I think my Nikes, like the soles were falling off of them when I was last going out with Andy. So.
You got the old school like saddle ones, right? The saddle shoe.
I knew.
yeah.
The
Oh,
saddles.
did they have
those
did they have like the
freaking
tassels and everything hanging off of them?
No, they don't have the tassels. They don't have the
Oh,
tassels,
okay.
but they are the saddles, and they were quite comfy for a long time until they dried out and the soles. fell
Yeah,
off.
nowadays you can get
So,
like
there
you
you
can
go.
get your Jordans, your Air Force Ones, like
It's
I think
crazy.
what I ended up doing it didn't work right. So this is not a glowing review for this company, but there was these this company that did like glue screw in spikes that you
Okay.
could buy and just screw into the soles of any of your shoes. So like I bought like the comfiest pair of $30 slip on Amazon shoes I could find, and then did the glue and screw spikes into them, but they completely like gave out like on the I think in the first round
Really?
they were just popping out left and right. I think the sole like
I
the
want to do that.
soles
And just get some slides. Go
Yeah,
out there
right?
with some
Well,
slides
yeah.
with
Right?
cleats on, some
Yeah.
flip flops,
some Uggs.
yeah.
some Jesus
all the
cleats.
kids are wearing the Uggs now, so you can get some some Uggs with the.
What's God, I'm drawing a blank, dude. This my brain is not in podcast mode. What's that golfer's name that's always in the NFL memes? The one who smokes and drinks and
Daily?
it's like yeah,
Oh, John Daly.
Yeah, John Daly.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Daly's out there in like barefoot every round that
Right.
he golfs now. So
Oh yeah, he's always been a barefoot golfer. And
Yeah.
He was very famous for saying he's like, the only reason I don't win every tournament is because they won't let me golf barefoot.
yeah, yeah. I watched
I
it.
always love that.
John Daly's evolution over time has been a fun thing to watch.
Yeah,
He's gotten more and more wild over the years as
Yeah.
he's gotten older.
I think he's
It's
just
pretty
got
great.
more and more unfiltered. He's always been wild. He just
always been
cares
wild.
less and less.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
nobody's
love that,
telling
like-
him what to say, what not to say anymore. So
Right. I love
This is
that story where like the news anchor like they go and talk to Tiger Woods like, what's your daily routine? So I wake up, I hit the gym for 2 hours. I hit 200 balls. I play tennis or basketball, something like that. Go back to the gym for a couple hours, get a swim in, and then if I got time at the end of the day, I'll play tennis or basketball or something like that. And then they're like, John Daly, like, what's your daily thing? He's like, I don't know.
Smoke a dart.
Before a game, he goes, I'll go smoke 12 cigarettes, drink about six Diet
lattes.
Cokes, and then walk out there. He's like, sometimes I don't even go. Sometimes I won't even go to the driving range. I'll just go straight to the first hole.
Yeah,
But
he golfs now like everybody's uncle. Like it's so funny. I was watching like on like Bryson's channel. They were doing like a break 50 or whatever it was, and like he just goes up there and he's just like, granted he was playing at his hometown course, so he knows that course, backwards, forwards, and sideways. But like he just walks up there. It's like no practice swings. He just takes a whack at it. And he's like, all right, well, we got him close. Now it's your turn. Like it's just crazy. He just golfs like a drunk uncle.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's
he's just a natural athlete.
The best way.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
I mean, you could certainly overanalyze everything
loose.
like Bryson does,
Right,
and then go up and hit a shot that
I
is
don't know
no
about
better
you
off
guys,
than his.
Yeah.
My best play is when I'm loose and carefree, right?
Oh,
and I just don't
1,000%.
care. Yeah,
It's about
you're
it's about probably three beers in for me is when I start to golf my best, and then once you get to like beer number 6, then it goes straight downhill.
Starts going downhill.
Right.
Then concentration becomes an
drop
issue.
off.
Right. I'm my back 9 is always like 3 or 4 strokes lower than my front 9, because at that point I've given up on having a good round. I stop overthinking it, and then I start playing well.
Right.
Nice.
Need to take a book from or take a play from that what is it, the Trailer Park Boys or whatever it is, where that guy uses where he checks his blood alcohol level.
Yeah.
He's like, I used to linger around a 2-1. He's like, I'd be blackout drunk. Now I got this little puppy. I can keep her hover around 1.2. And that's right in the pocket.
Yeah, right in the pocket.
Blow, and it's like, like 0.8. He goes, oh, time for a little drinky poo.
Yep.
He's using it to stay in the pocket.
Yeah, nice. He's microdosing his alcohol so he can stay
right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, Leahy was the best.
Who would have thought that we would have kicked off this pod with a bunch of golf talk?
Right.
I mean,
considering all the NFL news that we got going on.
If you can't talk about golf and then basketball and then football and then, I mean, are you even a beer league? Beer league person. Right.
I was about to say that. Yeah, like it's very clear that we've been football focused for a while, but we do consider ourselves a full range sports podcast. So once all of our
beer league.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Once all of our teams make an exit from the playoffs, I'm sure we'll be on to something else.
We are making an exit.
Some of us are already there.
Resting your starters in week 19.
I'm in off-season form.
Yeah, right. Hitting Cancun up.
Oh man.
Yeah. Happy New Year, Sean. We got Sean in the chat.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Happy New Year to Sean. Happy New Year.
We got a lot to
everybody,
talk about, don't we?
We do, man. A lot.
Yeah. Nobody else.
Just
Sean. Sean, just Happy New Year. Everybody else,
just you.
Go pound sand.
Yeah.
just you,
Suck
Sean.
Yeah. At least baseball reports in 37 days.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Cubs made a signing though too. We got Cabrera from the Marlins. That was a pretty nice little pitching pickup.
Dang! That's a big signing.
I'm gonna go exit stage middle now while you guys talk about baseball.
No, we're not. I'm not gonna talk about that. I was just checking the box to fulfill the obligation that we're a full range sports podcast. We have to at least mention something before we move on to football. And
that is true.
As always, yeah, we'll throw Sean up here. He's been
there we go.
Around,
so yeah, during the break,
season ain't over just yet.
For once, we could say
fan,
that.
So it's been over for a month in our hearts. If we're being honest, we knew where this was going.
Yeah,
that is true.
But
that is true.
Speaking of over, quite a few coaches in the NFL looking for jobs this week. Some teams looking for coaches with a coach still currently on their staff. So
right, apparently,
probably the highest profile.
Someone didn't get the memo.
Yeah.
Right.
I heard we're supposed to call John Harbaugh. That's what everybody's doing right now. But you have a coach. No, I'm still gonna call him.
I mean, it's not serious, you know.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Not in a committed relationship or anything. So.
Right. For anybody that doesn't know what we're referencing, As soon as John Harbaugh got fired, his agent had posted that in the first 45 minutes after it was announced that John Harbaugh had gotten fired, they had received calls from 7 different teams inquiring about trying to pick him up. Mind you, there are only 7 teams without a head coach right now, one of which being Baltimore, who let him go. So someone is hopping in the DMs while they still have a coach on the roster. So
someone's gonna have a someone's gonna get a very very unfortunate memo.
Do we have any guesses on who we think it is? Because I have a guess.
Ooh, that's a good conversation.
I was gonna actually play it the opposite direction and be like, I'm pretty sure Baltimore called John Harbaugh to see if he could.
Right. Yeah, seriously.
Can we rehire you at a higher rate?
Yeah, right.
Like fire you and hire you back for $1 million more.
Well, it sounds like one of the deciding factors was the fact that he didn't want to get rid of Todd Monken. Did you guys hear this?
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
I thought Monken. Yeah, that's interesting because. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, ownership apparently wanted them to move on from Todd Monken, who is one of Chicago's very own, and wanted and John said no, and they said basically, I mean, this is all conjecture, right? Like, no one knows.
This isn't your call, kind of thing.
Right. And John said no, and they said, well, it's either you or Todd, and he said, okay, this is then we both go.
Then we both go.
So I don't know if that's actually true.
Yeah, because I was reading something where they were like, there was some speculation that Monken was going to get considered for the replacement, and then it became a thing where it was like Harbaugh was like, no, I'm going to take him with if he doesn't make it through the, the coaching.
Yeah, because he was up for a job last year.
I thought he was, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if the Bears interviewed him or not.
It's possible.
Somebody he did some interviewing, I think.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, obviously after this year, I mean that stock price has gone down. So, but interesting.
He's of openings already.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So who called? Who called, Cody? Who's your guess?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right.
I'm guessing it's Miami.
I was gonna say Miami too.
Miami is my guess. Of the two, don't get me wrong, there are multiple coaches that should be on the hot seat. The Bengals being one of them. But we've confirmed that we're going to just stick with what we've been doing for the last 3 years because it's been going so well. Mm-hmm. But after that, I mean, who else is even considered on the hot seat? Miami, with Mike McDaniel or Todd Bowles in Tampa Bay.
Right.
I don't know.
No, I think you know what? In all honesty, I think you're right on that one because I was convinced in my head that McDaniels was already fired. So
yeah.
Right.
So as of right now,
he's not. Yeah,
I can't believe he's still on staff. Yeah, it's crazy.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I think everyone's a little shocked.
Yeah, I mean, like the fact that he exists and still has a coaching job was news to me. So I think it's pretty fair to say that if that Miami's probably doing some back channel phone calls.
So yeah, I mean, as of 2 hours ago, I just looked just to make sure that Mike McDaniels was still in fact employed. I searched Mike McDaniel, and the first post was Dolphins in touch with John Harbaugh, despite having Mike McDaniel. So it looks like it was the Dolphins.
So our instincts are correct.
There we go.
I mean, which is also pretty funny because it's like if it's already leaked out there, it's like almost as if they don't give a shit that McDaniels hears. Hey, buddy, we're making phone calls right now, so maybe don't get too comfy in that office of yours.
I mean, I think he'd be a great offensive coordinator. He's just not a head coach guy. We've
gone down this thought exercise before. I don't even know if there's ever been precedence for this, but is there precedence for a head coach remaining on staff and taking a demotion to a coordinator position?
Not to my knowledge. So. I mean, I think
it'd be a pretty humbling experience.
I
It
know.
would,
I
like-
have seen mid-season where a head coach takes over play calling
Yeah.
from an
yeah.
from an offense or defensive
Well,
coordinator.
that
Yeah.
happened this year
Dan
with,
Campbell did
with,
that.
with Campbell. Yeah.
Right, exactly. But now having someone be demoted from head coach to a coordinator in consecutive seasons, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, like with the same team, because
Right.
I went down this thought exercise with
I don't think
before
contractually that can happen.
preseason of last year with Eberflus when we kept him. But before we announced that we were going to keep him and not fire him, I went through the thought exercise of like, if management came up to him and approached him and said, you could stay, but you got to go down to defensive coordinator and we're going to hire a new head coach, would he do it? And then it made me think, like, I don't think there's any precedence for that. I don't think anybody ever had. I don't think people would do that. A lot of coaches would do that. I feel like it's too
I think it
prideful
would
of a move.
Right.
Well,
it
not
would
only
defeat
that,
the
I don't think
purpose of.
I don't think legally they could probably do it from a contractual standpoint.
Fair, yeah. Well, contracts
would
are
have
interesting.
I don't know. They renegotiate contracts mid-season.
Well, I was
going
going
to
to say they'd have to renegotiate the contract because
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Who
They
also
can
is
throw him
on
on the
this
practice
list?
squad and bring him back up whenever.
right, we're going to send you down to the minors.
Right.
Also,
Get
Right.
some.
Yeah,
Get some
yeah.
training.
Get some reps.
Get some reps in.
do a rehab stint.
Learn how to
in
use
the
your
minors.
timeouts.
Fuck.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh,
There's
just
a meme out
heartburn.
there that did say Eberflus got fired as DC in Dallas and still had some timeouts left in his pocket.
Not wrong about that.
Shit.
Yeah, I was just about to say
Yeah.
that he's on that list. And I did way more research into NFL coaching contracts at that point. Last year when we fired him, and I had to do it again because actually him getting canned from Dallas does impact in a negative way the Bears too, because
Chicago
the Bears,
Bears,
yeah, the Bears fired him, and we had to pay for obviously for the rest of his contract. But the way most, and there's no confirmation on this because they don't make these contracts public, but the way most coaches' contracts work is they have offset clauses where if they do get fired and then they get picked up by another team, the coaches don't get to double dip, meaning they don't get to make a salary from their new team
An old team
the
and
full
a new team.
and the full salary from their previous team. So
Which is what I initially thought.
yeah, but the way the offset clause works is whatever contract they sign with their new team reduces the obligation of the previous team. So if we'll just throw numbers out, I don't know what it was, but like let's say Eberflus was making $5 million a year in Chicago, he gets canned, he goes to Dallas and he's making $3 million a year as a defensive coordinator. That means 5 minus 3 is $2 million. That's what we owe him. So we don't owe him the 5. We owe him 5 minus whatever he's making at Dallas. So we only owed him 2.
In your example, yeah.
In this year in this example, given those numbers, we would have only owed him $2 million. Now that he's shit canned from Dallas, we're back on the hook for the full $5 million until he gets another job to offset it again. And yeah, exactly. And where things get like super interesting too is like then now Dallas is kind of in the same boat where they've got years left on his contract that they're going to owe. And so if he gets a new job there, it doesn't trickle down per se, but like the next level becomes whatever let's say he goes to New York Jets and becomes a defensive coordinator there and he makes $2 million. He would. Reunite with he'd probably ask them to keep Justin Fields too.
Right.
But if he makes $2 million there, it's not like a trickle down effect. It just means that both Dallas and Chicago's obligation would be reduced by $2 million equally. So Dallas would owe him $1 million and we would owe him $3 million. So it's an interesting.
I remember when that was a huge issue in college football, where I remember like this is like 4 or 5 years ago, something like that, where there was the NCAA had come out and said that there was like something like like almost over $500 million in dead money
Dead
to
money.
coaches that had been fired already. And I know the big one was Jimbo Fisher, who was getting paid from Texas A&M and was working as an analyst and getting paid tens of millions of dollars still from the guaranteed money from Texas A&M while double dipping and getting paid from the ACC like network or whatever it was.
Brutal.
Craziness.
They are. I mean, even any of these situations. I mean, Eberflus. It's freaking. They're playing with monopoly money at this point. Like it's just they're living lives that we couldn't possibly imagine.
We saw it. We saw it on Hard Knocks. The dude's got fucking bee farms up the yin yang over in his house in Wilmette or whatever. Like he could just sit there and hang with his bees for the rest of his life, and he'd still be fine.
But didn't you say there was a tax benefit, right, of doing so? Because then it becomes a farm or something like that.
Oh yeah. I mean,
there was some type of tax benefit.
I would not doubt that. Yeah, I mean, it makes there's such a huge push. Now we're gonna turn into a sports and bee culture podcast, but there's so much of a push to preserve bees and the their place in the ecosystem that I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of state, local, whatever federal subsidies for bee farms that that could offset taxes for sure.
It'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Would it
killed the podcast right there.
Right. We're done.
Just started talking about bees and the whole thing just went to shit.
And
right. Would it be weird if the Jets if the Jets unloaded Glenn after one season and we're calling Harbaugh as well? Would it be would that be out of the question, you think? Because Jets was my runner up to Miami.
After the feat they pulled this year, I don't think anything's off the table with the Jets.
Yeah, definitely not.
With no interceptions?
No, not a single.
Yeah.
Dude, that floored me. The entire year, not a single goddamn interception. Never happened.
One thing we can say is
this he's a defensive coordinator.
Had as many interceptions as the Jets did this season.
Exactly.
So.
All three of us have an equal amount of NFL professional interceptions as the Jets did. And touchdowns.
Jets organization.
That
is an incredible stat in a 17-game season.
From a head coach who's a defensive coordinator.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh, that makes it so much worse.
He played DB. He played DB. Detroit so bad. So bad.
Man.
Gosh, he's just sitting there right now going, just get me back to Motor City.
Well, the good news is they got rid of their best defensive corner, so they did get a haul in first-round picks. But
they did.
They did. I was about to say that, like when you look at it after the trade deadline, they decimated that defense. So, like the second half of the year is not. I mean, it still
almost doesn't count, but it does.
Right.
It still does count.
It shouldn't, but it does.
But it's the fashion that they lost. There's so many bad games. So we got a bunch like so.
We got a good question in the chat though.
What's the question?
I'll leave this up to Andy to pop it up there. But what should be the most coveted open coaching position? I mean, I don't know how.
I have to think it's the Raiders.
The Raiders? No. I would say the Ravens. Yeah, I would say the Ravens.
I mean, you got a ready-made team that's ready to go.
I guess it depends.
Head coaching job, I would say Ravens.
I mean, Lamar does not really feel like he wants to stay there. I feel like they're headed for a little bit more of a blow-up this offseason.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
I mean, they would have to trade him because
they're going to want a haul. They're going to want a haul, right? And I think he's 29.
And
he's young. No, he's young. He's been in the league really long. He's younger than Joe Burrow.
I think he's 29. I'm not. I thought I heard that this morning.
Feverishly,
but I could be wrong.
Feverishly Google.
Feverishly Google. But
I thought he was like 27.
He's not 30. We all know that.
29.
But
Lamar Jackson is. Oh, he's 29. Shit. Damn, I thought he was younger than that.
So, but the point is, okay, so he's getting to those golden years for quarterbacks, and he's been a bit injury prone. I don't think people are gonna like. They're not gonna get the haul for him that I think that they're gonna want. So I think
somebody will want to trade for him though. Somebody will.
He's a 2-time MVP. That's not even in his 30s yet. You got to think Rodgers is 44 and still chugging.
But okay, so I think the key stat is how many games has he actually missed in the last 2 to 3 seasons?
He's injury prone for sure. But
so he was more injury prone in the beginning of the season. It's not been as bad as of recent years. Obviously, this year wasn't great. But earlier in his season, he was more injury prone. Let me see. I'll tell you right now.
And
so
last 2 seasons, I'd say he's missed 10 games.
This season, he missed 4 games.
Okay, last season.
And we also don't know if he was truly
0 games.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he did.
Yeah, last season was a big season for him, and this season, I feel like I'm not even fully convinced that he was, injured
100%.
half the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
last season he missed 0. The season before that, the only game he missed was week 18, and I think that was in preparation for playoffs.
Right.
For playoffs.
So, and then the year before that, so 2022, he missed weeks 14 through 18. So, but that's 2022. I mean, we're in 2026.
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
He's not. Honestly, he's not.
He's less injury prone than I thought. I just this year was just such a. But you're saying, Andy, that he wasn't really injured, that he was pulling a stunt.
Maybe not as injured as
call it tin hat if you want, but yeah, I think it was. I do think he is fairly disgruntled. I'll leave it at that.
I think that's fair.
Whether or not that played into his injury status, like how long he's been disgruntled, I feel like it started even early in the season, and could have impacted his.
Do you think that's one of the reasons why Harbaugh's no longer there?
I mean, it could be all connected. To be quite honest with you, like I don't think he's got the respect of his MVP caliber QB, and I think that was kind of known a little bit. At least his actions could be perceived as though he was letting people know without saying it that he lost some faith in his coaching staff, and just all the things that he did in the way this season shook out. There's nothing there that makes me feel like that couldn't be true, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's true.
I think ownership, if they had to pick between Harbaugh or Lamar, they're going Lamar. So, and I think it's pretty clear that Lamar was disgruntled throughout the season, and I don't know if he was not injured as bad. I can't help but think it may not be a similar situation to Hendrickson, where if he was happy, he may have tried to tough it out through some of those games that he missed. But if he's disgruntled, why rush back? You know?
Yeah,
so
right.
Even if, not saying that he wasn't injured, but he may have gone about it a different way if he were happier.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
Cody.
That's a fair point.
Oh, so 2026, baby. Mwah! Good to see you, buddy.
2026.
There it is. Hey, let's start it off right.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and so, Laura said as well too, is there a franchise QB coming out that would make a head coaching selection, part of the move? And I think that's where I was going with Vegas. Cause I mean, I think there's a lot of smoke
Mendoza.
around. I know there's a lot of smoke around Mendoza right now. Like, I mean, granted, this is the time of year where Heisman quarterbacks stock shoots through the freaking roof, and then eventually it'll kind of even out a little bit, and then we get to the combine, we start to see what's really there and stuff. But
when you have Tom Brady, who's a partial owner of the Raiders, publicly on TV blowing Mendoza up about his leadership and his personality and how his accuracy and just a dog, like they're definitely going Mendoza first pick in the draft. I mean, for sure.
Why not? But they might not have. I mean, they're blowing that thing up, right? They're burning it to the ground. I mean, Crosby. You think Crosby makes it You think
Oh,
he's a Raider
Crosby's
next
going
year?
somewhere. No, I don't think so.
I
I think
Might be
they
a Bear
sat
next
him
year.
because he's not going to half-ass or throw anything. And they're like, oh, no, we're not going to accidentally win this game and lose the first pick in the draft and our chance at a quarterback. If you
Not
can't
to
get
mention-
behind that, I hate that you're injured. That sucks.
Right. Not to mention,
meanwhile-
we're gonna keep you from getting any of your incentives.
Right.
yeah, but it also depends on who made that call. If Pete Carroll made the call to bench Crosby, the problem is gone.
He's gone. That's true. That's
Right.
fair.
You know, so I think
That's true.
But you would think if I can't imagine, especially knowing how this season went, that Pete is out there like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw the last game, so we can get a
we
better
know he's
pick.
not gonna do that.
Well, right. So like, yeah, I think if
nothing is
if,
off the table.
if
Pete Carroll was
ownership-
a goddamn dumpster fire for that team.
ownership
I said
could have
it-
stopped it
Yeah.
if they truly wanted to,
Yeah.
and I
That
think
also
that
true.
rubbed
That's
him the
also
wrong
fair.
way because he's a dog.
Crosby
Right.
to Chicago.
He is.
I don't know where I stand with this one. I like this. This might be transitioning a little bit into like our kind of our main topic, but in terms of wish list for next year for our respective franchises, this one obviously kind of pops up a lot. Is like, should we go after a big name free agent? The market right now for defensive ends in the trade market, in the free agency market, is fucking wild to me, and I think I don't want to overpay for a free agent or for a trade. I like what the Bears did last season in the draft. Pretty much every single one of their picks, top to bottom, has hit. And I would rather keep that going than give up all these first round picks, which is gonna take to get Crosby away from Vegas. You know, I know it's the biggest need and one of the best players, but like I'm still hopeful, given how well we did right now, that we can make an improvement within the draft and set ourselves up super long term if we focus our draft on defense and interior mostly.
The only thing I would say to counter that, coming from a Bengals fan who's watched it happen and constantly watching the Bills, like it sucks to watch your team be one or two players away from reaching the mountaintop, and knowing like if we'd have just kind of thrown in like, hey, let's go all in. I mean, that's what the Rams did. They said, pardon my language, fuck them picks, and traded all of their picks, loaded up, won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Right.
So, I mean, it's to be that, like, if you think you genuinely have a shot at a Super Bowl and you're one
It's such a huge gamble.
game wrecker away from reaching that, man, it's really tough to not consider it.
I agree with that. If this felt like
Micah
something,
Parsons, anybody?
right? If this felt like something where all the pieces are not quite aligning and we have a limited window, and you're one game breaker away from it to hit one, maybe two good seasons, maybe come close, and then the next season make a serious run at a Super Bowl, I could see doing that. But what I love about the Bears makeup right now is that everything is aligned for this to be a sustained success,
Right,
at least
like
on
a
the
long-term thing.
At least on the offensive side of the ball. And we could like at some point we are going to need to be able to like move picks for proven NFL commodities. With like that's a given at some point, because as the years pass, then things become unbalanced again in terms of like the contract alignments and how old people are and this, that, and the other thing. So at some point I agree.
I agree with
but
Lawrence, by the way.
I feel like one more year to try to fix this before we start spending draft capital on big shot free agents, I feel is fair to me.
I think
here's the thing.
This all depends on what happens in the draft.
Here's the thing. A few things. One, draft picks, it's really difficult to catch lightning in a bottle. it's almost impossible to do it back-to-back seasons.
True.
You have 2 years where you're still playing with rookie contract money.
Right.
After that, you're going to have to start paying Caleb. You're going to have to start paying Odunze. You're going to have to start all these contracts are going to start
And then
picking
the year
up.
after that, Loveland's going to hit, and
Right.
and
Loveland
Burton's
and
gonna hit.
Burton and all these and like all these players that you're not going to have them on those rookie contracts. And you're going to run out of time. That happened to us. That happened to us.
Right.
We had Burrow and Chase on rookie contracts. Higgins right before he was due money. We brought in Hendrickson. Perfect, awesome. As soon as we had to start paying people, it slipped through our hands like sand.
Yeah.
I would just hate to see that happen. I mean, like I said, look at the Bills. Like, were they ever set up for success better than they were 2 or 3 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah.
And then they're still in it, obviously, but the team that they have right now is nowhere near the assets they could afford 2 seasons ago when a lot of their young, talented players were still in rookie deals.
100%.
Well, we'll see how the rest of the playoffs shake out for me, because I think that'll be telling. If we make a serious run at this and feel like we're 1 or 2 away, then I would maybe start going free agent or trade or overdraft. Because I think we're ahead of expectations, at least my expectations, this year. So that may speed things up a little bit to avoid exactly what you're talking about, because that is a good point. Like, at some point, all these things are going to come due, and I don't know we can manage to squeeze everything under the cap. But
Cody's point is valid, though. This is one of those years where it is like lightning in a bottle. And granted, I do think that they're set up for sustained success, but look at the Packers. Like, they're limping into the playoffs right now, and they had they were picked to win it all. They had all the talent in the world, and then they get just hit by an injury bug over 2 weeks that just completely decimated that roster. So, I don't know.
Yeah. So many things have to go right in order to win a Super Bowl. You have to have so
look at
many
the Bengals.
bounces go your way. You have to have healthy players, like all these things.
Right. Look, and the Bengals are a perfect example of that. You have all the talent in the world, and the injury bug.
We
just
lose
can't-
Burrow, we lose
Right.
Hendrickson, we lose all these players, and
Right.
then it sucks, especially when it's like week 2, week 3, and they're out for 6 weeks. And like, the season's over. Now I've got 14 more weeks of this, knowing that we're never going to reach the playoffs.
Right. It was brutal. Well, let's talk more about some of these. Ex-head coaches.
Oh, you want to go ahead?
So I think we talked. Okay. Yeah, just a couple.
We can go through the list.
There's one on. Yeah, well, okay. So there's one on here. I think a lot of these were expected. Stefanski, I think, is a little bit of a surprise for me. I mean,
I think he's excited to get out.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
But I think screwed with that Watson deal. Yeah,
totally screwed. I mean, he has made chicken salad out of chicken crap over and over and over again. I mean, and he was going to be the hot candidate. Had Harbaugh not come out, I'm sure his phone rang, several times after he got let go as well, because that dude can coach. He's not a bad coach. So yeah, but he is. Yeah, that they saddled him with that with that contract on Watson, and then
that building was already on fire when they pushed him.
Right.
In.
The Browns did Browns things.
Yeah.
So
they walked him through the front door straight to the plank and then caught the back of on fire.
Right. Exactly. So I mean, some of these obviously we talked about Eberflus.
Yeah.
Morton, I think, was a given that Campbell took play calling duties away from him at week 6, something like that.
Yeah.
So that was a given.
Detroit.
I just take great happiness anytime anything coaching related happens in Detroit now from this point forward. Just tell me how much you miss Ben Johnson.
So there's one hot seat item. So you guys have McDaniel on here and you have Bowles being on the hot seat, but I think we're missing one. Anybody take a guess?
Not that hasn't already been confirmed that they're coming back.
You're talking about
in Minnesota?
No, I think LaFleur. If
LaFleur?
the Bears come
He was
into on
kinda-
Saturday night and they put a
Yeah.
spank on the Packers, I think
I don't think so.
LaFleur's he's at the end of a contract, and there's already been some rumors flying around. So I don't know, man.
The
I
rumors
think
are
that
there. I've seen them.
the rumors
Whether
are
or
there,
not I
and if they
Believe them.
get spanked, which I don't think is going to happen. I mean, you got a 1.5 right now. Green Bay's 1.5 dogs. I mean, it's basically a pick'em game.
Yeah, you're
You
welcome
got-
to the rest of the NFL for us providing you one of the best wild card matchups on primetime Sunday you could possibly
Right.
ask for. I feel like Bears,
But
Packers.
I do think he's on the hot seat. If he loses that game and gets spanked a bit, I think there's going to be a lot of momentum going into the offseason. So we'll see.
I also
We'll see.
heard he's
I'm
a
not counting
big
my chickens
douche.
because I'm scared crapless out of this freaking game. This game scares the crap out of me. But if it does
If
happen,
you
I think
want-
there's
I want to say one thing about the Bears Packers game. If you want to consider yourself a serious franchise, the road to doing so goes through Green Bay.
Absolutely.
Specifically for Bears,
yes,
not for anybody else.
the Bears.
If you
Yeah.
want to consider yourself a true Bears team, good team, you have to go through Green Bay. So I want this matchup, even if the pain of losing it would be so devastating. This is what we need, and we need to go through
It
this. And
has
if
to
we
happen.
can't,
The
we
the
cannot-
dragon has to be slain.
You got to get that monkey off
Exactly.
your shoulder.
if we can't,
Right,
if we
right.
can't slay the dragon, then so be it. But
we have no
if we
business being there.
if we avoided the dragon for the whole entire time, I wouldn't feel as good about it. I wouldn't know where this team stacks up unless we go into or have Green Bay
All right.
come into our stadium and beat the piss out
we
of
got
them.
to stop talking about it's giving us bad
I know.
juju.
Could
All right.
you imagine? I would obviously never want this to happen because I'm a Bengals fan. But could you imagine a Steelers, Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
Bears Super Bowl?
Bears Super Bowl. I saw that. Yeah.
Like, could you imagine the
Could you-
shit
could you-
talk?
Well, yeah, or another a Bears Patriots Super Bowl would be wild too.
Why? Because of the
A rematch
85?
40 years
Yeah,
later.
It's true.
It'd be
Gotcha.
kind of
Because
weird.
that's that was the matchup in
Yeah.
'85. Yeah, for sure.
So
I don't
So,
know.
anywho.
I'm not ready
all right,
to
let's
talk
move.
about
Well, let's
Bears
get
and
off of the
Super Bowl.
Bears talk. Because I know everybody else wants to talk about stuff. But
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
so-
go through some of the other lists really quick.
Okay.
So Arizona let go of Gannon,
Gannon.
which that one's not surprising.
Milk
Just
toast.
hearing that guy talk in a room, like he's
yeah, I
just
sent that.
so
I sent that one
monotone
video.
and so boring.
He made Eberflus look like Ben Johnson,
like an order.
like ripping his shirt off. Like my goodness, that dude is. You talking about watching paint dry? Some of the times,
the
we were talking about this too on the
Bueller.
in our text.
Bueller.
What? Oh, right.
No, like that's that guy.
Yeah, that's him in a
Bueller.
nutshell.
Bueller.
We were talking about this in our text, like how do some of these guys get these jobs? And it's a lot like us being in tech. I feel like it's like you have people that are incredibly skilled as technicians in their specific roles, right? Like in tech, all the time this happens where you have developers that are phenomenal developers, but they have zero interpersonal skills, and they get elevated because of their skill sets, right? I think it's very much the same thing in the NFL. It's like you've proven to me that you can be a phenomenal technician, Gannon, Eberflus, you name it, Glenn, like. But then you get into these roles where you actually you're it's not about being a technician. It's about being a leader
more
of
than
men.
Right.
It's more than that.
more than
It's
that,
it's
man.
being about
Yeah.
leader. It's a leader
It's
of
man-
men, and you
Getting into
can't you
management.
can't square the circle.
Yep.
Yep.
It's
100%
a
agree.
very
But that's-
interesting societal thing.
It's because that's the career path that they're on, and yeah, up into the point where you go to. I mean, coordinators get a tiny bit of media time, but it's peanuts compared to what an OC is required to do day in, day out, week in, week out, in terms of being in front of the media and speaking on behalf of your team, motivating them through the media, but also motivating them, in your locker room and stuff like that. So I get it. It's a completely different skill set, but the roles behind that don't have enough of that skill set in it.
They should though. And owners should look like, come on, anybody who probably watched Gannon do a single press conference before he became HC, or even Eberflus for that matter, should be able to sniff the fact that these dudes have zero interpersonal skills.
Yeah, well, you definitely need that, but I think I said, and this was interesting because this kind of flies against a little bit of what I thought with Ben Johnson when we hired him, but I don't think you need to necessarily have the head coach be the leader of men. You need a leader of men somewhere, but I think that there's some grace that could be had that if you have just a mastermind tactician of a guy that is up for a head coaching job and not considering jobs in coordinators and wants to take his talents to the next level. During that transitionary period where he learns his voice and how to lead men, somebody else could be that. It's not common and it's pretty difficult, I feel like, to do. But conversely, if you have 5 people that are trying to be leaders of men in the same building, if you're not in lockstep with that message becomes a lot more cloudy to the person receiving it. So I don't know that you could just all of a sudden say, oh, let's make the coordinators more leader of men positions, because then the head coach, unless he's a milquetoast head coach like Gannon, is going to be competing for airtime with the coordinators. And I think that's going to make the message more cloudy as well too. So it just kind of becomes one of those things where you have to your point, you have to see it as an organization, or you have to be willing to let him find that during the transitionary period and have somebody else on your staff that can do the leadership role.
So a great example of that is Ditka and Ryan. Right? Buddy Ryan and Ditka were both leaders of men.
Right.
And they were in complete conflict.
Yep.
The entire time. I would say this is, I don't know if this is the same, but I was going to say Vic Fangio is probably one of those guys but he didn't do well as a head coach though.
Mm-hmm.
But people follow him, like the defensive guys follow this guy. I mean, he's a freaking genius.
He's a genius, yeah.
And people follow him, like he's clearly has like this kind of like vibe to him that people want to follow him.
Sure. Because I
mean, he's a Super Bowl champion, but
I mean, yeah, but like to Jason's point, I do think that arguably the tactician part of it is just as important as the leader of men, in my opinion, because
100%.
This sport, we're seeing it with our head coach, a smart, savvy tactician of a head coach can give you such an advantage and can hide deficiencies in your roster if they can like innovate in that space, then like I think that part's super important. And so people like the Vic Fangios and the Shanahans and the McVays are going to be super important to the sport, but a lot, at least McVay and Shanahan have figured out how to also become the head coaches. And I feel like Ben Johnson's doing it as well too. He's very clearly understands the leader of men aspect of it as well as the X's and O's.
You don't have to be a screaming, motivating like leader of men to like be a good head coach, but you do have to have the trust and respect of your team. And if you
got to be able to build a culture,
maintain that, right? You don't have to be some like press darling.
No,
but your team has to respect you. You have to have control of the locker room. And if you lose that, or you can't pull the best out of your players, you're never going to last as a head coach. You're not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed. You don't have to. So that's the head coach position. I think is the only one that you don't need to be a tactician or a technician.
Mm-hmm.
I think
it's not enough to only be a technician.
To only be. Yeah, that's
right.
a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So. Cool. What other topics we got here? We got a couple. We got go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think we we started to dabble in it a little bit, but I'm gonna kind of broaden it out a little bit as well too. But this being our New Year's episode, hence the New Year's theme on here, we did want to bring forth the 2026. What's your franchise wish list for the new year? So we covered
or the wish list. Or the wish list.
With list, yeah.
I like with list better.
Yeah. What we covered some of my wish list for the Bears. We can kind of go to Cody and Jason as well too, but I also want to give a chance for anybody in the chat to throw their home team out there, and we'll try to take a stab at what we think might be necessary as well too. But
I like that.
Not to put you guys on the spot.
Yeah, let's hear Cody's wish list item.
But yeah, let's start with Cody.
Yeah.
I say my wish list item specifically for next season is that we stop treating players like we own them and they're expendable, because we're never going to keep good people, regardless of like if they're glue guys, whatever it is. Like, stop treating people like assets and more like humans. And then hopefully the rest fixes it themselves. I'd also settle for an offensive line, defense, and some actual free agency action. But if we could get that first one, that would be number one on my wish list.
You sound like my son.
That would be a good one.
His Christmas wish list. If I could get this, and then maybe this. Oh, and then also this, like.
And if they have time, throw that in. But
I know Santa's a busy guy, but if he's got some time, could you throw in this $200?
If he's got an offensive line hanging around in the sled, drop it off. But those are my wish list items for next year.
Is that
Jason? What about you, bud?
Offensive line.
I mean, the Bears stuff is pretty self-explanatory. I think it's defense all day long.
We need to stop playing defense like we think it's a suggestion.
Right. And
like a recommendation.
Yeah, just a recommendation. Yeah, if you you guard these people.
I would throw in a late round left tackle as well as just I don't think we've secured that, but we need edge. We need really two, and and we need well maybe an edge and a three technique would be really good. And then I think we're going to need to get some D-backs to back up if Jalen doesn't come back and Gordon's still, out there, not playing. He might come back this week. We don't know, but I think we got a lot of work to do in the defensive backfield.
Yeah,
definitely
anybody
nickel.
By the way,
I'm
happy for you, and I'm gonna let you finish. But we have a guest. A little Kanye. I saw Andy pick it up.
Yeah.
We have a guest officially in the chat from Hawaii. Chloe, a.k.a. Sanders808, is one of my old streaming buddies from back in the day with PUBG.
Nice.
So, mahalo to Sanders808 over here in the chat. It's the first time I've seen him on the podcast. So welcome, buddy.
Welcome. Yes.
Nice.
Glad to have you.
Very cool.
Sorry, I had to cut you off for that one. That one was a special.
No,
that was a blast
good.
in the past for me.
So
absolutely.
So this the Sanders or Chloe, does they like football? Do we know this?
So the first comment was, I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but I'm here for it. So, I'm guessing not. But with that being said, he knows his way around Xbox controller. I'll give him that.
We're the premier NASCAR podcast of the
right.
Seriously,
right?
We know nothing.
Nice.
We know nothing about football and everything about driving cars, but we talk.
Well, we haven't really talked about gaming at all. I mean, that on the pod, we might have to go down that road a little bit.
Hey, don't tempt me with a good time.
Right.
Once we get into the
PUBG?
the tired months.
Yep. It was one of the old PUBG. He used to do all the invitational tournaments and stuff like that we used to do.
Nice.
It was gnarly.
Very cool. All right. So that's my wish list item. Anybody else in the chat have a bit of a wish list item?
Obviously, we know Sean said an offensive line for the Bengals, which obviously I would obviously agree. But the Bengals look As they took the word offensive line, they thought they were being offensive.
Loris
offensive.
wants a Mike linebacker. Yeah, I'm all about
There
that.
you go.
Yeah,
The Hawaii Warriors, nice.
defense for sure. Anybody that's watched any of the recent Bears games, like basically we're stuck at a spot right now where our defensive play is causing our offense to have to stay off the field, and that's a weird spot to be in for Bears fans. I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I want to see our offense more. You know, like
Right.
and so, and granted, like it's like I said, we're playing defense like it's just a mere suggestion, you know, and we lose so many yards on first down and then to the run, and because we're playing you know, bend but don't break defense, which is fine, but at some point you need to get.
Is this coming from the team that's leading the league in takeaways?
In takeaways,
is that?
But that's the thing. That's how that works. Is when we prevent the explosive plays, we force picks, and then you know, like then you got the standard Bears Peanut Tillman punch kind of force the fumbles, but takeaways are essentially the only way we can get defenses off, or our defense off the field quickly. Otherwise, it's going to be.
Is it like a Diggs
if you don't
issue
give us the ball,
where like he just always goes for the interception and never goes for the bat it down play? Therefore, like shit gets past them when a traditional tackle would have sufficed, but instead they go for the strip or something.
Not necessarily on that. No, but because we're good at it, we force fumbles and we get picks. But the problem is that's the only way to get like our defense off the field. Like if you're not giving us the ball, you can march right down. You might get a field goal only because once we get that 12th defender on, you know, in the end zone, we're pretty good in the red zone D as well too. So you might come away with a field goal, but you've chewed 5 minutes off the clock every time unless you give us the ball via takeaway,
Right.
you know, like, and then that's where everything gets flipped. So we've seen it like the past couple of weeks now, where teams that don't give us the ball march down the field and keep our offense off the field. And then our offense, if we have 1 or 2 3 and outs, everything's fucked because like, you know, you don't
have the time.
Yeah, we just don't have the time. Like, yeah, like it's, you know, everybody like wants to say how the Bears have like started slow or how their offense is like sputtering and stuff like that. But I'm like, we've had, you know, like the first half, I think of the last game, we had like 3 possessions, you know, and it was like 2, maybe even. I think we only had maybe like 2 possessions. And it's like, you can't, you know, like 2 3 and outs is perfectly acceptable under normal circumstances. But when the team then controls the ball for the rest of the time on the clock for the entire half, that gets spotlighted a lot more. Right. So yeah, to that end, I think we need to go figure out how to get some third down stoppers on D, be it through pass rush or nickel or something.
Yeah. I got a subject change.
Yeah.
I got a tin hat take.
Okay. All right. Spur of the moment tin hat take.
You want the intro? I just remembered it. Let's do it. If you're cool with it.
Of course.
Okay.
Free your mind. See beyond what they want you to see. Beer League Society presents Tin Hat Takes.
Okay. So this
there it is.
This take
that thing is starting to look like
it catches me off guard every time.
Do I have it on backwards? I don't know.
It's like an alfalfa head.
Is there a backwards?
Look like,
where's the tag?
I like this way.
You look like
it's kind of like a Hershey's Kiss.
Yeah, Hershey Kiss. Yeah,
a little bit.
It's got like a little swirl on the top. Like,
yeah,
like
right. That's
like
intentional, right? You got little you know,
little
pizzazz. There you go. All right, so this isn't much of a take, but it does go with my suspicions before about Matt LaFleur. So did anybody catch this? Right, Matt LaFleur pulled a Pete Carroll with the Vikings being down 16-3 with 1 second left to go, with a 13.5 point spread, and goes and kicks the field goal.
No. He didn't he?
He did do this. So
So
that's
yeah.
twice in a single NFL season, and I can't recall that ever happening, at least in my recent recollection, where two teams have deliberately gone and done inexplicable things to cover the spread.
Yeah. I mean, I think I agree. I feel like
I mean, I don't know if
sports-
it's a tin hat take. It's pretty damn obvious what he was doing.
you think
This
yeah, I
has
mean,
happened twice.
It's happening a lot this season in
really
more
is.
obvious ways, which is a concerning trend.
It is a very concerning trend. And this gets
Yeah.
to the whole of like what's rigged and what's not. I don't think, this is a whole rabbit hole that I think that we can go down. I don't think we're dealing with WWE world here, but I do think that there's some point shaving and whatnot going on, and it's not cool.
It's crazy that all this stuff is still happening even after the NBA scandal,
Right.
because obviously the magnifying glass is out, and it seems like it's getting worse after the NBA scandal than it was. And I don't know if it's getting worse or we're just more aware of it because of that. But like, you would think they would pull back a little bit, at least for the rest of the season, given the conversation in the news.
You would think, but I don't recall, and maybe it's because of that event, Cody. To your point, like we're noticing it, but these are
Right.
so freaking blatantly obvious between the Raiders and the Packers doing this.
well, the Raiders couldn't
like,
be any
I don't
more
ever-
on the nose too. I mean, Vegas.
The Packers
and
was too.
everything. Yeah.
They weren't going to win that game. It was 16-3 or 16-0 or I can't remember what it was, but it was like it was a 13.5 point spread. It was 16-3 with 1 second to go, and he kicks the freaking field goal.
So they weren't being shut out up to that point, right? Surely.
No,
No,
but
16-3.
Okay.
it was 16.
16. Okay. If it was 16-0, I'm like, well, they're just trying to avoid the
Get a score,
the
yeah.
zero, right?
Right.
But yeah, that doesn't make much sense.
No, like
Also,
that's
so
It's a little
Also-
weird.
and another Matt LaFleur tin head take. I heard he's a giant douche.
Is that even Tin Hattie?
I don't know, but like that was kind of news to me. Like I don't know, he seemed like a guy that could go either way. But like I think there was some former QB that played for him or something that went on like a massive Twitter rant. Just any time the Packers did something stupid, called out LaFleur for being a giant douche. like like
I mean, I could
talking
see
about
it.
his eyebrows, like he needs to stop, like shaving his eyebrows, this, that, and the other. Like from a guy who like played for him, which I thought was kind of funny. So now I've cultivated this entire like persona or version of him where he's just the biggest like weasel little douchebag ever, and it helps, helps me to hate him even more. Not that
Whatever
I
helps you sleep at night, I guess, as a Bears fan.
Yeah, it's not uncanny, the resemblance to my son's high school football coach. So there's that.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, there's that. But I do think it's a little strange that
I think-
this again happens twice in one season, and
I
he
mean-
called a timeout to do it. Just didn't Carroll call the timeout too? I think. Like
I didn't see that.
you
yeah.
can't get any more blatantly obvious than that. So
It's-
there's that.
It's like it's tough because I feel like it's more commentary just on how there's a lot of shit with like how sports betting has impacted how we perceive this stuff. I mean, like you don't even have to go further back than that rookie kicker Loop getting just absolutely blasted on social media with death threats. Like go kill
Yeah.
yourself. You lost me. You lost me bets here and there and stuff. And
Did you put that one in the memes? The one meme I sent you?
No, I didn't. I forgot to put that one.
Oh,
There's a lot of good ones.
That was a
Some
good
of them were some of them were like pretty effed up. I'm kind of the mindset where I feel bad for this guy now, and so.
well, I feel horrible for him. But that one was pretty harmless. So the meme I was
Yeah.
referring to was a roller coaster ride, and it was a gentleman sitting in the front
Oh,
seat,
that guy.
turning around and just staring
There's a
with
couple.
no freaking blinks, just staring at the camera while the whole roller coaster goes through. It's like whole 2 minutes of the coaster doing loops and everything, and this guy's just like dead eyeing the camera,
unblinking,
and that's
And
Lamar Jackson looking at Loop on the way home on the plane.
And if you
on the
watch,
flight.
if you watched like Lamar Jackson, like they camered him for like his reaction to it. I mean, it's
Right.
like dead on. He just stood there
Right.
like wide-eyed in disbelief,
shock.
in shock.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not to completely change the subject, but I'm a little shocked that in somebody's wish list wasn't a 4K quarterback for the Bears next season, because
No,
Caleb
that's true.
Williams fell just
58 yards.
like 50 yards, yeah, 50 or 60 yards, yeah, to
when
being the
he's-
first ever Bears quarterback to throw for 4,000.
What's
I
worse?
think that 4,000 doesn't hold enough water anymore because it's sorry for cutting you off, Andy, but because it's 17 games now. You got teams that were doing it in 14 and 16. Like it's not the same thing. I don't know.
It's
It's
a
milestone.
It worse. It makes it worse
Right.
that there's more games that you guys still don't have a 4,000 yard
okay.
wide receiver or quarterback.
Two things. One, he still set the Bears record. So
He did.
Yeah, it'd be hard to not if you're only 58 yards short.
nobody else had done it. Nobody else had
Yeah,
done
no,
it.
I know. I mean,
and it's been
QB
25 years.
Yeah, exactly. It's 25. Yeah, the first time our own
Eric
personal
Kramer.
record has fallen in 25 years. So there's that. Like, secondly, like, I don't know. Like, I just.
All right, we can't keep on homering it all.
no, I very purposely did not
Yeah. Through
Right.
grenade and-
toss that hand
All right,
grenade.
you
I'll-
did.
I
the
knew,
one
I knew
thing
damn well what I was doing.
I just I don't care about the individual stats. I wanted to shut that narrative up so we could put it to bed. I agree. That kind of sucks
Right.
that he missed it, especially considering the fact that the last drive that they needed in order to go down there and take the lead was exactly 74 yards away from what he needed.
Right.
Like, it was 74 yards. He needed 74 yards. If they would have driven and scored a touchdown, he very
He would've
likely
got exactly
could
4,000.
have gotten 4,000 yards and potentially have won that game. Granted, like
He would have had to throw it.
he would have had to throw it every down, and he's not going to do that, especially with our running game.
Yeah.
But that said, it was somewhat poetic when I saw like the drive started 74 yards away from the end zone when he needs 74 yards to hit 4K. So, but like I
think
did,
we're not accounting
obviously.
for penalty yards, so
Right.
there's
That's
some
true.
extra opportunities in there.
Yep, that is true. That is true. All right, so one more. We got Garrett gets a sack record in
Oh, yeah.
Strahanish fashion.
And
that's kinda
in the
true.
Brett Favre lay down fashion, 100%.
and
Yeah.
and then it became the talk became that he had to do it in game 17. So
17. Well,
but
Strahan didn't waste any time for mentioning that.
But
Of
if you look
course
at how
not.
many snaps it took, he did it in like 50 snaps less than Strahan did. Like total
Okay,
snaps.
well so that matters.
Oh, that
matters.
does matter.
That is
actually. That's
that
a
does
good.
matter.
That's
it was
a
a
good
good stat. I
clarification.
gotta see if I can pull that up. Miles Garrett.
That's a good
And then-
clarification.
So while you're doing that, I want to do some quick wild card predictions here.
Sure.
So was it Rams are going to Carolina, right? The only
Yeah.
team in the playoffs with a losing record,
Dude,
right?
there. That's absolutely
Dude.
ridiculous.
I
Carolina
want to throw
has
this
beaten
out there.
the Rams once already. Do they have a chance?
Can I throw another little side thing at it?
Yeah.
The last time the Panthers won the Super Bowl, they entered the playoffs with a losing record
They did, yeah.
with Cam
It's
Newton.
very true.
I think they're a season away, but but it's going to be interesting. This game's going to be an interesting
I think
game.
it's gonna be an
I think it's
interesting game.
a lot more interesting than people think they are going to give it credit for.
Everybody's sleeping on him, and I think, yeah. So
Yeah.
so to close the loop,
we said
Miles-
it from the very beginning of the season. Like, people are sleeping on the offseason they had. They
Mm-hmm.
crushed the draft. They had an incredible free agency, thing, and they filled a lot of the gaps that they had, especially in wide receiver, offensive line.
Yeah, with Ted. Yeah. Yeah, like they basically, like we've all been sleeping on them because we've been wanting so badly for Bryce to be not him,
to be a bust after getting Caleb. Yeah.
But it turns out he's actually pretty decent. Miles Garrett,
miniature size, but decent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Miles Garrett took 437 snaps to reach 23. TJ Watt took 616 to hit his 22.5. And so that's like almost 200 snaps less. And then Michael Strahan took 567. So, 75 snaps ish less for Miles Garrett, even if he had an extra game for it. But
that is interesting.
Interesting. All right, so we have the Jags against Buffalo. What's our prediction there?
I'm going underdog here. I'm going Buff.
Yeah. Oh, you consider them the underdog despite their?
Well, they're the 6th seed versus the Jacksonville's 3.
Do you think? Yeah, when was the last time Jacksonville?
Is that not an underdog?
I mean, it is. I guess technically speaking, it is. But like,
I don't know. We're doing brackets here.
No, yeah. If you're talking about real numbers over here, God.
If we're doing math or whatever.
If you're doing, exactly. Yeah. I guess you're right that 6 is higher than 3, but no, I just think that with like the 6th seed for Buffalo feels like they took their foot off the gas a little bit, especially considering the Chiefs bowed out. Like everything's set up for them right now to have a run at this. So Buffalo,
every barrier Josh Allen has ever had is not in the circumstances. Right. In the AFC, Patrick Mahomes is not in the playoffs. Joe Burrow is not in the playoffs. If he cannot get it done this year, they will not get it done.
That said, I do think that pulling Jacksonville in the first is a massive hurdle for them, a lot bigger of a hurdle. So technically speaking, I agree with you, but not for the same reasons, not because it's a purely underdog, like seeding wise. I just think that Jacksonville is a problem right now. And
they're peaking at the right time.
I don't know if there's another quarterback in the NFL that's on the streak that Trevor Lawrence has been over the last 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
They are peaking right now. Duval, we will see.
Indeed. Yeah, there's Coach of the Year conversation for him too. And stuff.
Thank God, after how he started, once he got that job, it was like Duval, whatever the hell he did. Like he had to do something.
It was bad.
It was not great. At that point. I was like him and McDaniel.
Oh yeah, me too.
Try to
it was so awkward
the entire time.
Oh man.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. What other games do we have? We've got
Chargers versus New England.
Chargers in New England. That's going to be a great game.
That'd be a great game.
I'm going New England,
but
I think New England walks away from it. I don't think Chargers. I don't think it's there. Not this. Yeah. It feels like New England's a team of destiny this year. They feel unstoppable.
They haven't really played anybody.
I'll reveal after all this. I'll reveal my son's picks. Because he's the math guy, but I'll reveal his Super Bowl picks at the end of this.
So what are you trying to say? Because he knows that 6 is higher than 3, that he's somehow smarter than me? Come on, Cody.
To be fair, the Super Bowl picks that he had was not 1 versus 1. Yeah, so he had 1v5.
No.
Little tip.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's going for an underdog on one side. So.
Interesting. And then you've got the Steelers and the Texans.
I think the Texans are also
they're peaking at the right time too.
Yeah.
So
I think so.
And then obviously San Fran and the Eagles.
I think outside of the Chicago and Green Bay, I think that's the best game.
It's a heck of a game
of the first round.
Heck of a game. Absolutely. Yeah. That's gonna be pretty. Okay, so that can either go. So I think that Carolina and the Rams are going to be a heck of a game. I think that San Fran Eagles can either go It could be a tight game, or it could just
Or a
be
blowout.
just right. I think San Fran just beats the piss out of them. So it'll be interesting.
I mean, San Fran's playing lights out right now. They're pretty low key. Like they're pretty unstoppable. Purdy's on a
well.
on a
I mean,
hell of a run.
they
They're
lost
getting
last. They
healthy.
lost to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
Seahawks are number 1 seed.
Seahawks are number 1, exactly. Yeah, like
Well,
that's not to say
I know,
I'm not trying
but-
to say that San Fran's my pick to win the NFC. I'm just saying that
You sure as hell
feel,
can't sleep on them.
I feel like they're coming in pretty hot, and if you are gonna lose a game to the Seahawks, you might as well lose it in the regular season and not in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, don't worry.
Know.
Sam
I've seen
Darnold will
enough
show his face in the playoffs.
I've seen enough of Philly to feel questionable about what they really are as a team, but I also can't discredit their playoff experience, and we've talked about it multiple times on this. You get yourself into the dance, especially if you're a team that's been there before. You have nothing to prove. You won it. You've got nothing to prove at this point other than just getting yourself into it and then figure out how to win. So I think, I guess the more I'm talking it out, initially I was big on San Fran, but this could be a pretty good game. I also do feel like it could be a blowout and Philly could just be on the verge of collapsing at this point.
I feel like considering San Francisco's 6 seems too low for San Francisco, and somehow 3 seems too high for Philly. Because I feel like San Francisco's trending in the right direction and Philly's trending in the wrong direction.
They're both division winners, it both comes down to who won their division is the problem. Right. I feel like 6 is so low for San Fran, but it had to be because of the records of the division winners like second place. Once you put the division winners in there, it's just basically what it boils down to is Carolina just fucks everything up by getting in there as a division winner with a losing record.
That division is so trash.
Yeah, that has a train wreck effect all the way down the rest of the standings on that side.
Yeah. It's so funny how many games or how many coaches got fired strictly off of field goals in the last bit of the game. I mean, at least 3 coaches got fired from field goals at the end of the game of the last week of the regular season.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yep.
All right, memes. Crazy. Give us some memes, Danny. Take us home. Take us home.
Yep. We'll take it home with the memes.
It's time for some memes.
All right.
Before we get into the memes, I feel like this is an important thing to do. Andy, what is your Super Bowl prediction? Who are the 2 teams that you think are going to make it?
Oh hell. I'm going to go I think I'm going to go Buffalo and I'm going to go San Fran. Even though I said that Buffalo is unlikely to come out past Jacksonville, I just think they need it so bad right now. Like you said, everything is aligning for them to, like they're the team that I feel like needs to do this the most this year, or things are going to start looking a lot different, like around Buffalo. Like the questioning is going to start happening. They stand the most to lose, in my opinion, on the AFC side. Everybody else on the AFC side feels like teams that are just happy to be there. And Buffalo feels like the team that needs to prove themselves because they've been there quite a bit recently and just not been able to do it. And I think as much as I'd love for the Bears to make a run at this, I feel like they beat Green Bay, and I feel like they may be able to make a run at San Fran, but I think San Fran comes out, and then I think it's going to be an epic game between most likely LA and Seattle, and then the super epic game is going to be, I think, a rematch between San Fran and Seattle for the NFC. And I think San Fran pulls it out. So I think my Super Bowl is going to be San Fran and Buffalo.
Okay, and you think San Francisco wins it?
No, I'm not gonna call that one. I don't know.
Okay.
Just get.
All right, Jason, what's yours?
You told me who's gonna make the Super Bowl. I'm not calling the Super Bowl yet. Well, I'll call the Super Bowl when we get closer.
There we go.
So I think it'll probably be. It's hard in the NFC, man, but I think it'll probably be San Fran in New England.
Okay.
You?
Okay, that'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
So I'm predicting, as unsexy as it is, I think Denver takes the AFC. The defense is dominant. They're pulling value out of players that just no one else has seemed to be able to do, and they're doing it this year. I think that defense is going to carry them all the way, and I think they face. Man, the NFC is tough. It's so tough because Seattle, though the 1 seed, does not seem. I don't know. I don't see it.
Can't
I
bet
don't
on
see it.
Donald. You can't bet on
I
Donald.
know. And man, I hate to do it. And I may be swayed by my 6-year-old son's confidence in his pick, but his picks were Denver versus LA. And I laughed at it at first because I was like, no, there's no way. And then I'm like, oh, wait, they're getting Devonta Adams back. Oh, wait, they have the number 1 wide receiver in the NFL this year. Oh, wait, they have this running back. And I'm like, shit, honestly, that kind of makes sense. Like, so I don't know. I mean, Swan Song for Matt Ryan.
Insane.
Or not Matt Ryan, Matt Stafford. Yeah, I mean, Puka's nuts.
He's just
Puka is nuts. So
he gets the ball and he turns into a UPS truck.
I'm agreeing with my kid. I'm going Denver, LA for the Super Bowl.
Right.
I could definitely see it. I think LA at the 5 is pretty low. I know they've had, a late season kind of hiccup or so, but I mean they were right there, top of the division for most of the year. I don't think that's to me that's not like a very dangerous pick. I feel top to bottom they could beat anybody on this roster or anybody on this bracket if
no one seems safe, right?
Yeah.
Well, that outside of Carolina, dude, the NFC is stacked this year. I mean, the last few years, I mean, it's been like it's been AFC has been very heavy, and then on the AFC has been very heavy of like the Chiefs, the Bills and Ravens and Bengals or whatever like that. And then on the NFC side, it's been like the 49ers and like the Eagles. Like it's been those two teams for the last like few years. Dude, this season that NFC bracket is tough.
Yeah.
It's it'll be good. It'll be a good offseason, I think. A good playoff, I think.
For sure.
For sure. Let's
All
meme
right,
it.
hit us with some memes.
All right, we'll go into the memes real quick. I'm starting this one off with Mike McDaniels. Sorry, but you cannot lead a 53-man into battle while wearing your grandmother's glasses.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, look at those things. Every week he's got something different, but these ones are particularly.
The tortoiseshell, that's a nice touch. I like it.
Yeah,
Inventing new ways to get a swirly in the locker room.
It's kind of Golden Girls-ish, really.
Is he wearing capris though? That's what I want to know.
Most definitely. All right, read the bottom one first.
Yeah.
Major move in Miami. This one's a little bit older, but I still love it because I love trashing on Tua. Major move in Miami. The Dolphins are benching Tua and turning to Quinn Ewers as their starting QB. Ewers' first start comes Sunday versus the Bengals. Tua is going to be more and more upset every time he finds out about this.
I wasn't sure where that one was going, but that's hilarious.
That's so bad.
He's gonna find out like
Poor
6
Tua.
times between now and the
No,
next
every
game,
time
and
he
he's gonna be
comes
more
to,
and
he's going to be so disappointed. Right.
He's got put in a coma twice.
Oh, man.
How does that happen? I don't
Poor
know, but he had to
guy.
wake up twice. The evolution of a trash icon. This is, pretty classic.
Oh, love it. Love it.
Nice.
Hits me
Yeah.
right here in the feels goods.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I love all the as a tech guy, I love looking at the evolution of it. But
Right.
Another old one. Me leaving the game if I was a fan. DK Metcalf punch. There's a couple of them in here that have gotten like these pictures have gotten a ton of airtime on the memes, like it just across the board. But this one I thought was funny.
That's a good one.
Brock Purdy and Phillip Rivers look like they're starring in a Disney movie about a father and son who end up playing each other in the Super Bowl.
Not anymore.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Not anymore. Yeah, man. What a weird, like, I mean, I think the last time we were on was just around the start of the Phillip Rivers 2026 arc.
Right.
Or 2025, was it? And now it's already over.
Right. No regrets.
No regrets. Seriously. Yeah. And now he's being considered for head coaching jobs, so go figure.
I heard about that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, Romeo Dobbs, you slay me. The next time he has to try and recover, and I was like,
that's awesome.
He's never not going to be on the list. I told you this straight up. Anytime I see a Romeo Dobbs meme, it's going in the memes.
The internet is
back to Rivers really quickly. No regrets at all. Like the dude, he showed up. Like he wasn't bad.
He wasn't bad.
Not statistically, but he didn't cost them the game by any stretch.
No, sure
right. Like he came off the freaking couch and played. Like, and he wasn't half bad. Like that's just impressive.
He wasn't
the NFL athlete
he sure as hell
he wasn't losing games for him.
Exactly. Yeah. To both of your guys' point, sure as hell did a lot better than I thought somebody who was 43 years old coming off the couch would be. So,
right.
Kudos to him for that, for sure.
And 75
I mean,
grandchildren.
he did have 3 starts, and 2 of them he threw for under 150 yards. But still,
dude, hands down,
he threw exactly 1 interception every game.
This was probably more obvious. In fact, I should have said this on the Tin Hat Takes. It was probably more obvious of a thing that Phillip Rivers came back to reinstitute his NFL paid health insurance for his family of 27.
Like, I think we did mention that in 32.
We might have, but I mean, like, it just seems even more and more obvious because he just played a few games and then said, "I'm done." It becomes even
reset more on that time.
On that timeline. Yeah, that Cobra in insurance policy for sure. So
pretty impressive.
All right, this is another old one that we didn't cover much, but this stat was awesome. Things that are 9 feet long: pool table, sofa, Christmas tree, dining table. The passing distance needed to beat the Lions. So if you're not aware, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, the Vikings played the Lions, and I forgot this dude's name. The whatever quarterback they trotted out there threw for 3 yards passing, and they still won the game. 3 yards the entire game. 9 feet was the only amount of passing yards they needed to beat the Lions that game.
That's pretty impressive.
What team was this?
Vikings.
This the Vikings.
Oh, the Viking. That's right. That's right.
I can't remember his name.
Brosner or Bosner?
Yeah, Brosmer.
Brosmer.
Yeah. I don't even know.
That's hilarious. I forgot about that. That's right.
A net
of 3 yards.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking brutal.
I'll throw this out there again. This podcast collectively only threw for 9 less feet than the Vikings did that game.
Another AI gem here. Cam Scatterbill, Jackson Dart at the Giants.
Oh gosh, crayons have protein.
Crayons have protein. Christmas good.
Oh god.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite. The girl laughing in the background. This is great.
All the freaking dust on his shoulders and his head. So
this is why we're gonna run out of water in the entire world when
AI people
people are just making stupid memes like this.
Scatterbo memes.
Yeah. So yeah, here you go. This was the one.
There you go.
Coming down to a field goal, you got to the left and to the right. I really think that
is that is a wild meme. Whoever made that, Look at the simplicity, and it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The small distance between changing the livelihood of two completely different men. Well, three really. I mean, granted, the kick obviously changed the livelihood of Loop, but I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if
Right.
it'll be interesting to see if he lands anywhere, but he's got the Cody Parkey
Poor Loop.
syndrome now at this point. But.
Well, he needs to have the video that you did with what was his face?
With
Yeah, that's still
Moody,
probably my favorite podcast moment. Watch that whole 4-minute video only for it to be the wrong fucking kick that you made us watch.
That was great.
So good.
The lack of due diligence on this podcast is breathtaking.
Yes.
Between that video and then like Adam Schleffler or whatever the hell it was.
We will take any piece of information
Scheffler.
and run
Scheffler, not
Yeah.
Schefter, Scheffler.
Scheffler.
Scheffler,
my
not
God.
Schefter. That's it.
Scheffler.
So good.
Oh.
They got us.
Oh,
We'll take-
man.
Any piece of information. Wish list for 2026 for this podcast. Let's just do our fucking homework a little bit.
just bare minimum due diligence.
Yeah.
Just bare
Right.
minimum.
just show up a little bit more professional than bottom tier that we put out in 2025. So all right, we'll get on that.
We're basically
For sure.
Reddit at
All
this
right.
point.
Yeah.
100%. And another one. I just threw this one in there
Classic.
because yeah, there you go. Referencing the Scheffler, kind of the same story arc there. This was the famous picture of the Hertz Boston where somebody posted that it was Micah Parsons arriving in Green Bay, but now
The
it's
dreads and
with the dreads
Right.
exactly. Yeah, and now it's Brian Flores spotted getting on a flight from Boston. to Baltimore.
so
stuff.
good. Meme culture stuff.
All right, we got one of my favorite ones. I have to throw this one out there just because I'm ready for it. Let's bring it on this weekend.
Ready to
Bears versus
manifest it.
Packers. I'm manifesting this one into existence.
That is so
just-
disturbing.
It is.
It's so
Yeah.
disturbing.
So wrong, but so right.
It's perfect.
It's just
It's perfect.
it's
Oh,
something.
man.
All right, the Browns got to make
Something.
the Browns got to make tanking less obvious. This is pretty brutal.
Not a soul in sight.
I'm trying really hard.
Oh!
We're trying to win this game. I mean, like,
Caps.
yeah. What? First botch snap. Okay, let me throw it. Nope, I'll just yeet it straight out of bounds.
I wish they were a little better at tanking, or else they wouldn't have
Right?
beat us last game of the
Right.
season.
Again,
My
another
gosh.
one that didn't age well. All right, the winner of the NFC South showing up to the playoffs every season.
It's disturbing. What?
Yeah, it's Killer Clowns, man. You ever see Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
I know of it, but I have not
Yeah.
seen it. That is the actual movie?
No, but
Nightmare
these
fuel
are
is
the
what it
the
is.
style.
Those are the
style
clowns,
of
yeah.
Clowns, yeah, exactly.
It's disturbing.
All right, and to round it out, I don't know. I don't even know what this one means. I just, you know how I love musical outros and I love to close things out. And this one hits close to home because this was a reference to a WWF era that I really, really loved. So here we
Are
go.
you ready?
God.
You think you can tell us what to do?
I should have known by the logo where this was
To
going.
wear?
Cross it.
You think that you're better?
I want everybody to throw it up
You
when
better
it
get
comes.
ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down.
Yeah. Damn.
Generation X.
That's a throwback and a half.
It is
I'm
a
sure most of the
serious
people on here
throwback.
have no idea
Right.
what that was about. But
I wish.
Right.
Yeah, I wish people did know
man.
that one because that was classic. What an
There
era.
is that was
Like-
an era.
Was it the Triple H, Shawn Michaels,
H, yeah.
China?
Degeneration
Yeah.
X. Yep. I had a
Yeah.
T-shirt. I would throw the suck it up any chance I got. It was a great time
Yeah.
to be alive.
Oh man,
Well, gentlemen,
love it.
we
All right, guys.
Love it.
close it out for tonight. Thanks to everybody who I really appreciate everybody who made it through the transition from 2025 into 2026 and joined us today. I know I've been having internet issues all day, so I'm sure it's probably something for me trying to
Same.
pump this thing out. So I know towards the back half of it, we started buffering and stuff. So, but appreciate everybody for sticking it out with us into the new year. We're going to do our damnedest to make this a more professional podcast in this coming year. And we will be eventually hitting our 1 year mark pretty soon, because I think we started in like Feb towards the end of, like, I think Super Bowl was around.
Was it
when
really
we
that
started.
early?
We did a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I remember.
So we didn't tell anybody about it until August.
I don't think we told anybody, but we were
Right. That was
filming.
intentional.
Yeah. Did we really do it for that long without telling anybody?
We did. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So
once we hit that
Alright.
1 year mark, we gotta be more professional, guys. So, but
All right.
as always, we
Fair
love
enough.
the whole society. Thanks to everybody for joining us. Thanks for hopping on a new day. I think this day works out better for everybody, so we're gonna keep it going. And yeah, be on the lookout for more content. We will catch you guys next week.
Catch
Any
you
last
next week.
words?
peace.
Happy New Year.
Go
Happy
Bears.
New Year. Go Bears. Bears.